the PowerPoint by their own. You will share the screen.
Maybe we can check how it's shared.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will now share.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, please.
Do you have my video with like photos from the Sokhumi State Theatre?
Yes.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
So,
one video, right?
Yeah, it's a small, just a brief information about the visual information about what I'm going to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gina.
Is it okay?
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Okay.
you can see it.
Okay, that's fine.
Levan, when you finish, I will try mine. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
No, it's okay. Yes, you can see it.
Yeah, fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, again, the online event is ready also.
Okay.
We are online. Oh, we are online now. We can almost start.
I think we are ready. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we wait 2-3 minutes to
Yes.
after
Yes, sure.
6 o'clock to start
Yes, sure.
for the all Mediterranean attitude to don't start in time, right? In time. No, Tobias, you haven't the microphone.
I write in the newsletter that pay attention. This program starts on time.
But 3 minutes is on time.
It's not a joke, it starts on time.
That we don't expect from the Italians. We expect it from the Germans, the Swedish, and the Swiss.
Yeah.
Georgians as well. We are on time. I mean.
Oh, yes.
Everyone
no,
is here.
but as a nation, like we have everywhere clocks, and so in Switzerland, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. That's
everywhere.
One time, a friend of mine in university arrived 1 week later.
Ah.
No, it's right, because it was 1 week later. At the same time, but only 1 week later.
Yeah, this is okay.
I see that the Tengis joined us.
Yeah, Tengiz, yeah, from
Tengiz.
Poti Theatre, yeah.
Okay.
Ok, siamo in diretta.
Va bene. We are online now. We are quite ready. So.
So, should I say something or?
No, we wait just 1-2 minutes to start.
Okay, good. Okay.
But also we can start in very, very short time. Matteo, tu hai... Se ti do le cuffiette, senti dalle cuffiette direttamente. Senti.
Hello, Tengiz.
Hello, hello.
Dear Tobias, where are you? You have like background excellent. I mean, the atmosphere is so touching. Where are you?
in an office in Switzerland where I'm a guest. Like I'm not in prison. I'm in an office.
Tobias, when you plan to return back to Shanghai?
Good question. Good questions. Maybe in May, when we announced the World Performing Arts Capital, which is in process, but for sure in September. For sure in September. Like I wanted to go in March because we wanted to announce during World Theatre Day, but the city of Shanghai is not yet ready for doing an event. So we say, okay, we can do it at a later time.
And what is the latest news from pandemic? I did not hear.
In China?
Yes.
It's they have cases, but not really a lot of cases. No, compared to Switzerland, they have no cases. Like, but I think it's also a little bit strange. They have this zero COVID strategy, and I think it's like you want to do a zero flu strategy. It never will happen because flu is similar, and so you never can kill the virus. But you look good, Levan. Like you have red in your cheeks.
This is from temperature.
It's not a makeup, actually.
No, okay.
Okay, we can try to start now because we have launched today online activities on the web. And then I give the word to Tobias to introduce, then I would say just a few words, then we can start. We are recording, okay. Please, Tobias.
Okay, so welcome everybody. I know not all of you, but I met some of you in Georgia, and I know some of them are my colleagues from Europe. So it's a pleasure to see you here. What I want to say is I think this format works. Like we have met with our Russian friends, and it was very inspiring to hear what you are doing in Russia, like Rustavi Theatre, the people from St. Petersburg, and what the Russian Center is doing. So I think it's really a format which works, and I'm very glad that the Georgian Center is doing participating in this, and it reminds me of being in the Tbilisi and the good time I had there. I wanted to have 3 days off, but Levan was making me run around all the time. But I liked it. I like to walk in cities, and Tbilisi is a wonderful place, like Lecce. Lecce is also a wonderful place. So the only thing you should improve is the flights to Tbilisi. Like sometimes it takes almost a day from Europe to go to Tbilisi. But those who have not been there from Italy, it's worse going there. It's worse going there for the people, for the ITI members, and for the city. So that's what I had to say, and I'm eager to know what you present from Georgia, and I look forward to hear what you have to say and to see what you have to present.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tobias. Also, a few words to start. It's a very beautiful situation for us to enter in contact, and also to learn, to understand what is the practices in this moment in Georgia. We know all over the world the situation of the performing arts community. It's very, very hard. It's very strange, but also in the mission of ITI, one of the goals most important is to know each other. That is a practice very important, cultural and political practice, very important. To know each other is essential. We are sure that we can find in Georgia an aspect of the theatrical heritage, very important. And also for this, we are very interested to share this very, very deep tradition that we can find in Georgia. I was only one time, and while I was very impressed to stay with something, I have found many, many things in common, because the performing arts community have a lot of similarities and also a lot of differences, and these both are our richness. And also for this is a very important chance to know you, and also to launch the mutual understanding and mutual knowledge of the practice of performing arts. For this, we are very, very happy. Now, Levan, you can manage, and also...
Yes, thank you, Tobias, and thank you, Fabio, for this introduction. I briefly just introduce our members for tonight. We decide to invite for this meeting mostly middle generation who are not heritage themselves, but the generation who are active, who working on the changes, who working on a cooperation. And as Tobias very often mentioned, for us already very important geography. And we're not focused on capital, but we focused on different cities of Georgia. Because what is important for Georgia, which is quite small country, that 50% of all theaters located out from the capital, which is, I think, very important, which means that even each single city have his drama theater, because this is somehow connected with 19th century concept of national identity, and for Georgian theater, like for Italians, theater was very important cultural space, not only place where we performed, but already where we keep the language. And today we have the president of our center, David Sakvarelidze. He is same time director of Sokhumi Theatre, which is unfortunately for this moment, we call this is refugee theater, because they were replaced from their original place. And David already presented the Trinandali Festival, but more concrete, he presented himself. We have Anna. She is deal now with our office. She is actress, director, and I hope in future probably you will see her already in practice in different projects. And we have for this moment 3 partner theaters. This is Rustavi Theatre, Soso and Mariam. Soso is artistic director, and Mariam, she is the manager of the theater. And Soso already director of comedy festival. And Soso already partner for ITI international projects as well. He's partner for theater in prison, and I hope after pandemic we will have chance to go further. We have Poti Theatre. Tengiz Fukhir, he is one of the young directors in Georgia, but quite productive. He ran for many years theater, and I think maybe for future it will be interesting for ITI to tell this story, because when Tengiz come as director of the theater, there was big conflict between church and the theater, and church takes their building. And for many, many years, Tengiz survived in a very small place before they build new building, and this is never-ending story. I think he can give this case in future. And Tang is already director of the regional theater festival. And this is quite interesting initiative, because he invites companies not from capitals, but from different cities, and brings them together. And Ioseb Bakuradze, who is, I think, youngest participants tonight, and only private theater to take part in this meeting. And this is already very interesting theater, because they constructed their building from the old hangar, and now this is very unique place. They working in movement, in mime, and they do quite many experiments, and they are already hosts for International Physical and Movement Theatre. This is a very short presentation of our participants tonight, and I ask David to take the floor.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Buonasera. Well, I'm David Sakvarelidze. I'm president of ITI Georgia, and professionally I'm theater and opera director. I'm running a small drama theater with a huge history with biography, which I will present later. And also I'm the general director of one of the biggest classical music festival in Georgia. And that's it. And I will be happy to tell you a brief story about the ITI, how ITI started in Georgia and when it started and how it had developed. So after the collapse of Soviet Union during the 90s, we had a very, as you know, everyone, that political and social situation, it was like real war in Georgia. And in 1996, when we really got independence from the Soviet Union, and as you remember, during the Soviet times, the ITI was represented by only one country, which was Soviet country. So the Soviet republics were not able to be the part of the ITI, and it was the beginning of everything. And when it was 1996, when after Varsivashvili was elected, our very good friend and great director, who runs now the most important Russian theater in Georgia, and also he's the founder of the Liberty Theater, independent theater. He was elected as a president of ITI, and I was also, as a student, as a young director, I was also in the group, and we had done several big projects which mainly influenced the theater development. It was one of my favorite project was the theater plus video. This was some kind of festival. We didn't have at the time the money, and there was nothing, and it was war. Without electricity, we were sitting in Tbilisi in different theaters, and we never had the chance to see and to watch the international works of famous directors and different theaters. So we received from all over the world the videotapes. And we were like 1 week time. We were watching the productions on the video at that time, and it was quite unique process. You know, we were analyzing what was happening abroad after Soviet Union collapse. We had chance to go directly to that companies, directly communication with the organizations. So they were sending to us videos, and now we have a very interesting actually video library. So the first ITI was active until 2005, and then we got this pause, and we stopped. It was the gap of we just stopped working on it. I don't know. We have to analyze why we had stopped. And in 2010, with the help of Tobias, we got revival. We revived our organization, and I was elected as a president. And since that time, we started slowly developing the ITI system in Georgia. So now we have a lot of friends, and I could say that the president of the ITI, the World Theatre Ambassador, Robert Sturua, is still with us, and he is a major part of our company, and he is still our president, and he works with us, and we have very interesting collaboration with him. And we have also some kind of different directions. As you know, the Secretary General is Dr. Levan Khetaguri, and our head of our office is Anna NikolaShvili. She is a wonderful actress, and she will continue my conversation later. And we have several, the council, which is very pretty, representative, because we have one of the most important names of Georgian theater, young theater makers are on our council. And some of the theaters that are very important in Georgia, they are also part of our team, let's say. And slowly we will have a big chain and network of the organizations, and which we will going to finish this year. Later this year, we'll have a full system of the ITI in Georgia. And as you know, all our friends who are here, they are also part of our team. And slowly I will go to nearest projects that we're going to have. And Anna will tell you the result of these last 2 years work and future projects. So I will continue after Anna. I will join you as an artistic director of Sokhumi State Theatre, and about the projects that we are going to have and what we had already done. And then we'll continue. So this was brief history, and thank you for listening. And I will ask Anna to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Sakvarelidze. So first of all, I would like to send my greetings to the organizers and participants, and also all the guests of this wonderful meeting. And I will just briefly present 2 years report of Georgian ITI Center, speaking about its activities, accomplished projects, and future plans. The center regularly involved in annual celebrations of World Theatre Day, International Dance Day, and all the other international events that are celebrated by the ITI worldwide. And we are honored to be a part of these events and celebrations. And therefore, we cooperate with ITI head office in Shanghai and very closely to the ITI PA Educational Network, also with the Traditional Theatre Forum, UNIMA, and with all the partners of the ITI world, and with the centers worldwide. And I would just name some of them. For example, the Georgian ITI participated at the Croatian showcase in May 2018. Also, we had a close cooperation with Iran ITI, and there was quite interesting study tour for Georgian representatives in China that was organized from the China side. And we also had their delegation in Georgia in 2019. And this collaboration with the Chinese ITIs was very successful and productive. Also, with the help of ITI, there was a tour organized of the major Georgian theater, which is Rustavi National Theatre in China. And also this generally, the year of 2019 was quite productive, and also that year we started cooperation with the Swedish ITI, and that was the playwriting workshop that was held in July 2019, and there is some other, and also the remarkable cooperation is with the Italian ITI working on a project, Theatre in Prison, which is still under the progress. And it's worth mentioning collaboration with the UK Centre on the project Theatre lab, and I mentioned already the year 2019 when we were so honored to have a precious guest as Mr. Tobias Biancone, Fabio Tolledi, and the representative of Swedish ITI, Ulrich Johnson, having the most important conversations, meetings about the future of the Georgian IT, and etc. So let me now move to the projects that were accomplished through these 2 years. You can see on my presentation, and I will just name some of them. For example, there was just as for the educational part of the center activities, I would like to highlight, for example, the comedian dell'ITI workshop, which was held in Poti and was led by Claudio Emilio, and the participants were chosen from all over the regional theaters, with the actors of those regional theaters, and it was a quite interesting collaboration. Also, there was a workshop about contemporary theater for Iranian actors and directors, also that was held in Poti Festival. We also had quite interesting collaboration and project with the Polish ITI and Polish side, and interesting lectures about the Polish theater designer Górowski at Rustavi National Theatre. And I would like to mention some of the productions that were done with the partnership of ITI, that is the, for example, performance Before We Got to Know Each Other by Basajanikashvili and staged by Iuri Mgebrishvili. That was co-production of Georgian IT Center Film Actors Theatre, and that was performed in Frankfurt, Germany at the International Book Affair, and also some of other productions like Jesus Case, directed by David Sakvarelidze, and one of the very valuable and precious events that was held in 2019 is the reopening of Gurdjieff Institute in Tbilisi that celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2019. And during this celebration, we had the workshops, seminars, theater evenings, presentations, and the international conference was organized, and almost representatives from 10 countries were invited and took a part in this very valuable event. So to move to the, for example, to the publication and research work, I would like to admit, for example, the play by young Iranian theater director and playwright that was translated into the Georgian, also first presented at Poti International Regional Theatres Festival, and this had bilingual Georgian English publication. And if you'd like to see the PDF file of this play, you can just use our mail, which is indicated, and also I could send it later on to you. And very important books also were translated with the preface of Mr. Levan Khetaguri, that is The Struggle of Magicians by Gurdjieff, including different articles also, and Gurdjieff's lifetime lines and essays that was also written and published and by Levan Khetaguri's work, and so it was his very precious work that finally was could see the light, as I can say. So I will just, everyone is interested, I guess, and I will just briefly run through these very tough and difficult times, which is the pandemic period of our era. Unfortunately, already for a year, for example, the theaters in Georgia are still closed. So we are left without any I don't know how I would call and name it. It's not just a work, of course, but we have not been on stage for an year. So, and sometimes we have a feeling that we have to acclaim and shout out for the need for the theaters, not only for the people working in it, but also for the audience, because of course I agree with this statement that no culture, no future. So, but still we have quite interesting and people and theater activists who try to try to be in avant-garde and at least try to do something during these difficult times. For example, there were some online events like video streams, live streams, webinars, and online trainings taking place in Georgia. For example, there was organized an open-air festival in one of the biggest parks in Tbilisi, and more than 10 theater companies took place and played their performances there. Many theaters managed to somehow organize in their yards the open air stages, just putting some fans around some area and move their plays from the stage to this yard and still meet their audience. So there was some online readings of the plays. Also in the open airs, there was actor solidarity to support the literature, for example. And this year we managed to, and the Institute of Gurdjieff managed to have an interactive exhibition that you can still see. You can still see on the website of the Institute, and it's quite interesting. And there was organized also the training program, pandemic experience for cultural management for the people, and it had many participants from the regions, and it was quite interesting. And I will, about Agabeti, I will yeah, okay, let's speak about it here. So one of the very interesting projects that are now worked on by the ITI Georgia is Euro-Asian Cultural Hub. This project is still in progress. You can see this small house, and it's located in region Kakheti, in very interesting place. And we hope that in this place there will be a hub that will be residence of very interesting platforms and trainings, and will be full of cultural life there. So there will be some new spot in Georgia where we gather, speak, discuss, and all connected to the cultural and self-personal development through the culture in this region. I will just name very briefly what we are planning to do in 2021. It's projects of the young emerging Theatre Young Workers Forum, that's Emerging Theatre Makers Forum. We're working on Monodrama Laboratory, Work Theatre Applied Institute, Theatre and Children, International Theatre Emerging, yes, that's what I mentioned. And, Theatre Young Workers Forum, that is the project that will be discussed by the head of Rustavi State Drama Theatre. So I will just give the floor to the other participants, and you can, they will speak more about those projects as they are the partners of these projects, and we will be able to discuss in details what we are planning to do in year 2021. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
So I think we should ask now to Tango, no? About
now we have the brief history from Georgian theatre. We have this idea very briefly to give you the general timeline, just to explain how the Western theatre or traditional theatre forms was developed. And this is quite important because I will just share my presentation. It's quite interesting that the first theatre in Georgia by the archaeologists and anthropologists, it is named the first millennium BC, and as artifacts considered, this is the oldest amphitheater, and we call it Uplistiche, ancient city in the caves. I think next time when you come to Georgia, it will be quite important to visit the city, because this was something like Oracle Center in Georgia, and there was already this ritual theater space with amphitheater, and we still don't know what was performed, but this is quite amazed place. But later on, Georgia was part of Hellenic world, and of course with Greek and related with Greek and Roman culture. And you can find that still we can find a lot of ancient masks, sculptures of Dionysius. Until now, archaeologists in different places find it. But the most important for playwriting, this is the character of Medea is one of main female character from Greek Georgian mythology. And This is still quite popular play and popular character, and is related with old history of Georgia. And by the way, somehow she is from the place where we have now Poti. And maybe for future it is good to know that Poti theater somehow related with this character. Later on, we have the Roman theater at the military fort Goni Apsaras in Batumi, and this is relation with the Roman culture and Georgian culture, because Greeks and Romans, they have some colonies on a Black Sea fort, and Batumi was among them, as well as Sokhumi, from where we have Sokhumi theater. But it's already important to mention that Christian religion became state religion in 337, and later on we became part of Byzantine civilization, but same time we lost direct connection with so-called Western type theater, as it was developed in Europe, but somehow Christianity already stopped theater development in most of the countries. It's why Georgia was not exception. But it's important that at that time it was more important to uh, continue the pagan rituals like mourning rituals, sacrifices, maritime, etc. Still in mountain part you can find all these rituals. And very strong development of Georgian traditional dance, which take his origin from uh, quite yearly ancient times before Christian times, and so on, because some of the dances or songs related with sun cult and moon cult, and this is quite old tradition. And we already considered the Georgian traditional dance as main traditional performing art form, as per Christian and Christian traditions in it was developed quite well, and also the Georgian polyphonic songs. In early medievals was developed street theater forms, which we call Bericalba, which remind us Commedia dell'arte, using social masks, characters, acting improvisations. They never use stage. They always performed in open air areas on the streets. Sometimes this theater performances was related with weddings, with social celebrations, and so on. It still happened in some places in Georgia, and now sometime you can find professional actors involved in or amateurs. The back to the Western style theater for Georgia, it's 18th century when we opened school theater, and already we have so-called theaters in private spaces, and we already can say that we have theater at the Royal Yard, and first playwrights race too. But unfortunately, the first professional royal company, which operated in Georgia, as we know by the facts from 1790 till 95, and it's fixed 5 year, because in 1795 all actors died during the Tbilisi protection, when it was quite big battle, and all actors as just soldiers, they take part to protect their city. And after we have some kind of pause, and I will now very shortly give you general timeline. It's quite important to underline 1845, when Italian opera was constructed in Tbilisi, and in 1850 it turned already into the Georgian stuff too. It was not only Italian, but it was combination Georgian-Italian. First professional theater company was established in 1851. For theater workers society, sometimes we call union, it was established in 1879, and it's important to underline that even in 19th century, people gave much attention to protect the theater workers. Important already the beginning of 20th century, because this was a quite interesting direct relation with Western culture, when the Georgian directors have connection with Craig, Appiah, the German expressionist, European symbolist, avant-garde theater was straight and directly come to Georgian stage, and it was a quite interesting time with a lot of experiments. Already 1819, when first time Rudolf Steiner and Emil Dalcroze Institute of Rhythmic Gymnastics was opened in Tbilisi. Later, Gurdjieff Institute was opened in Tbilisi. Already first acting teaching studio was opened in 1919. And in 1923, Tbilisi State Theatre Institute was founded. This is already important to underline that in 23, it will be 100 years of higher education traditions in Georgia, which means that together with development of the theater, it was already development of education. It's important to say that the Russian occupation changed a lot cultural landscape, because Soviet ideology influenced a lot to disappearing a lot of international traditions, which was very richly presented in Georgia, in Tbilisi and other cities. For example, you can find a lot of materials about Iranian Taziye, Turkish Karagoz, storytellers, Ashuk, British sailors theater, and many others. Shortly, colorful, diverse Georgia just became Soviet for many decades. And group of intellectuals and artists like Gurdjieff, Mamulyan, Pitoev, Balanchine, brothers Danevich, and many others emigrated in Europe and USA. I especially mentioned not ethnically Georgians, but another nationalities who grow up in Georgia, but they leave country after Soviet occupation. And till now in Georgia, we have, let's say, European Western style drama theater, Georgian traditional dance and polyphonic singing, puppet, marionette, and shadow theaters, classical opera and ballet theaters, mime and movement theaters, traditional dramaturgy, translations, and research, professional higher education in performing arts, more than 50 state theaters, several private and many independent, local and international performing arts projects, and around 10 local and international performing arts festivals in 5 cities of Georgia. And I'm happy that during this meeting today, we have 3 representatives from these 10 festivals. This was quite briefly just to give you general imagination what we have in Georgia in a way of traditional and Western type theater. And we can show now 3 videos. First, as example of traditional dance. And as at the beginning, Anna mentioned, we already need to explain that because country is small and not too much human surface, we as ITI already deal with puppetry and the other forms of the theater, and sometimes we do work for unimetry. And after traditional dance, we will show 2 very small but very interesting works from puppeteers. Very famous Georgian puppeteers, Reza Gabriadze, and another very famous Georgian company, Budrugana. This is Hand Shadow Theater. And we can now watch these 3 videos. We can show already these two short videos with puppeteers. Thank you, and Anna, you can continue now with international projects, yeah? Or we can ask now Rustavi Theatre to go on with international projects with young directors.
Hello once again.
მოგესალმებით, მე გახლავართ Soso Nemsadze, თეატრის ხელმძღვანელი, მარიამი თეატრის დირექტორი. ჩვენ გესაუბრებით რუსთავის თეატრზე. ამ თეატრის მთავარი ამოცანა არის, რომ ნებისმიერ შემოქმედებისთვის, შემოქმედი ხალხისთვის ჩვენი თეატრის კარები არის მუდმივად ღია.
Hello, he's Soso Nemsadze. My name is Mariam. He's artistic director of Rustavi Theatre and he's general manager of theatre. For the beginning, we want to introduce Rustavi Theatre as a theatre which doors are open for new interesting projects with international artists and also for Georgian artists.
Იმისთვის რომ შემოქმედებითი საქმიანობა მრავალფეროვანი იყოს, ჩვენ გვაქვს სამი სცენა, ერთი პირველი მთავარი კლასიკური სცენა, დიდი სცენა, ხოლო ასევე გვაქვს მცირე სცენა და ექსპერიმენტული დადგმებისთვის სცენა კიდევ.
For these projects, we have 3 stages. Like big one, big stage in traditional theatrical style, a small stage for experimental performances and for freelancers, and a blue hall for small size performances.
ასევე ეს თეატრი იმით არის გამორჩეული, მისი მდებარეობა თეატრი მდებარეობს ცენტრში, სკვერის, ბაღის, რომელსაც ერთთან ყოფს ბაღს შუაზე თეატრის შენობა და ეს სივრცე გვაძლევს ძალიან კარგ საშუალებას იმისთვის, რომ გავმართოთ ქუჩის წარმოდგენები.
Also, we want to say a few words about our location. Like Rustavi Theatre building is in center of the park, and park is a great location for theater events and other projects. Also, we have theater yard with flexible outdoor stage, which was a great solution during the pandemic.
ასევე გვაქვს ეზოში ხო იცით შეიძლება ვიდეო რო ჩართოთ.
Can we play the video of Rustavi Theatre?
ჩვენი თეატრის რეპერტუარში არის ესეთი კლასიკოსები, მწერლები, როგორც არის გოგოლი, აგრეთვე პანდემიის პერიოდში დავდგით ოპუსები შექსპირის პიესებიდან, ლევილის პიესა დავდგით და ასე ვთქვათ მრავალფეროვანია რეპერტუარი და ასევე ავღალატობთ ქართულ დრამატურგიასაც, ეროვნულ დრამატურგიასაც.
If you look a name on our playbills, you can find names like titles like Don Juan, Hannah Levin's Labor of Life, Madman, Diary of Madman, and also Georgian playwright. We support Georgian playwriters, and one of the last our performances was interpretation about with Shakespeare plays, Shakespeare Mask. We called this play, and it was a play about pandemic situation.
ასევე მინდა გამოყო სპექტაკლი ფოლადი, ქალაქი რუსთავი დაარსდა საბჭოთა პერიოდში, ის ყველაზე ახალგაზრდა ქალაქი არის საქართველოში და ეს სპექტაკლი არავერბალური სპექტაკლია და მოგვითხრობს იმ ისტორიაზე თუ როგორ შეიქმნა ქალაქი, როგორ მძლავრობდა მაშინ დიქტატურა და რა მისია ეკისრა ამ პერიოდში ადამიანს ის ისეთივე მტკიცე უნდა ყოფილიყო როგორც ფოლადი.
And also I want to say a few words about his performance still. It was half non-verbal performance. This performance is a complete story of Soviet Union and dictatorship, a battle without dictatorship with humans and and this is a story it begins from Soviet Union till our days. The slogan of this play is human must be as strong as steel.
ჩვენი თეატრი დააფუძნეს ახალგაზრდებმა, ესეთი დიდი თეატრიდან წამოვიდა ახალგაზრდების განაწყენებული ჯგუფი და მათ შექმნეს ახალი საინტერესო ექსპერიმენტული თეატრი და ჩვენ გვინდა ეს ტრადიციები გავაგზავნოთ და ყოველთვის ხელი შევუწყოთ ექსპერიმენტულ დადგმებს.
When famous Georgian art director, film and art director Gigalot Kipanidze founded our theater, this was a new word in Georgian theater history. So we tried to keep his path and try to develop young artists and many interesting projects. And for us is very important to make many interesting projects.
ჩვენი ქალაქის გარშემო არის ციხეები და ჩვენ პანდემიის დასრულების შემდეგ გვინდა განვახორციელოთ საერთაშორისო პროექტები და გავმართოთ აი ამ ციხეებში წარმოდგენები, ასევე სტუდენტებს ველოდებით უცხოეთიდან, რომლებიც დადგამენ ჩვენს თეატრში, სოხუმის თეატრში და ზუგდიდის თეატრში წარმოდგენებს.
And also we want to say a few words about upcoming events which will happen after ending of pandemic. This is, as you know, Rustavi, near Rustavi, we have prisons, and for us is very important to complete a project with Italians to show performances in our prisons, and also a project with young artists with Sokhumi and Zugdidi Theatre. Our doors are open and we are ready to collaborate after the end of this pandemic.
ეხლა მინდა კომედიის ფესტივალზე გიამბოთ.
Comedy festivals of Beloparagot.
Okay.
And Soso also want to say a few words about comedy festival.
Video თუ შეიძლება გავუშვი.
Can you play a video of comedy festival?
კომედიის ფესტივალი დაარსდა ქალაქ გორში. 2008 წელს ქალაქი იქნა დაბომბილი და ამის გამო ქალაქის მოსახლეობა ძალიან სტრესულ მდგომარეობაში აღმოჩნდა.
Comedy Festival was founded 8 years ago. It's an annual festival. We start our story from city Gori, which was occupied by Russian soldiers in 2008, and it was very important to develop theater culture in Gori, in the city near occupation line.
და ჩვენ დავისახეთ ამოცანად, რომ ეს მოსახლეობა, რომელიც იყო ძალიან დასტრესილი, თეატრს რაღაც გარკვეული წვლილი შეეტანა მათ რეაბილიტაციაში და ფესტივალს ჰქონდა ასეთი სლოგანი დაუბრუნოთ ღიმილი ნაომარ ქალაქს.
Exactly, it was very important to develop theater in Gori, and it was very important to see how how audience leave our theater with a smile and with the positive emotions. So our slogan, first years, our slogan was "Bring smile to town." And this slogan worked, so we continue our festival for many years.
Gorshi 7 წელიწადი არსებობდა ფესტივალი, ხოლო იმისთვის რომ რაღაც სიახლეები შეგვეტანა ფესტივალში და ეხლა ქალაქ რუსტავს ჭირდება რომ გახდეს ძალიან ესეთი აქტიური თეატრალური ქალაქი, მოხდა მისი როტაცია უკვე რუსთავში.
As I said, first year was our festival take place in Gori with a slogan "Bring a smile to town," and with the time our mission changed, and we must keep our relevant. We must be relevant, and we move our festival in Rustavi. Because Rustavi is a city which needs support to make many theater events and to take audience in theater.
ვინაიდან ფესტივალი არის დაბალბიუჯეტიანი, ამიტომ ჩვენ მხოლოდ ერთი ან ორი უცხოური დასის მოწვევა გვიწევს ფესტივალზე.
Every year we host 2 or 1 foreign theaters because our festival is a small size festival, but we have more than 7 Georgian theaters during the festival.
ჩვენი მთავარი ამოცანა ფესტივალის რაც ამ წლებმა დაგვანახა, რომ ყავს სტაბილურად მაყურებელი და სტაბილურად მუშაობს ყოველწლიურად ფესტივალი.
But for us, it's more important to keep audience and keep stability, and it's our we're proud that comedy festival it presents during 8 years with love of audience and the stability that that make us keep tradition to make every summer our festival. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I would like to ask Ioseb Bakuradze to tell about Movement Theatre and the future festival.
Yes. Hello, I'm Ioseb Bakuradze from Movement Theatre. As Mr. Levan told you, I'm the youngest participant today, and the theater which I represent is also the youngest participant in all of the theaters who is today. We founded this theater in year 2000 with my father, my grandparents, and with my aunt. And we always wanted to have our theater, non-governmental theater. So that's why we started to look for the building, and we found it like the aeroplane garage, the hangar in other part of the city. And then we took it, and approximately like 2.5 years we needed to build it up, because we are a non-governmental theater and we build it by ourselves. And every foreign people who visit first time our theater, they always ask that, is it safe that artists construe it by themselves the theater? And sure, it's safe, because already 10 years it is standing. But we started our theater with we were like street theater, and we needed like approximately 10 years to start making performances in the building. And now we are in the historic garden of Tbilisi. It is one of the historic parts of the capital. And then we started to make some performances and play regularly. So because of we are non-governmental theater, we work every day except of Mondays. Like Monday is the same day for the theater people. But still, we have several other programs also. For example, every Tuesday we have a jam sessions, because we got our band who are playing live music, and it's getting more and more popular in our city. And on Wednesdays we got a tango evenings for the professionals and non-professionals, whoever like to dance a little bit of tango. And all the other days we have performances. And approximately 2-3 years, we started to travel a lot with our performances, and it was very, very good time. We had a very some of successful times. We made last year, until this virus started in the world, we had Divine Comedy of Dante Alighieri, and we won the best music of the year, because we have our composer and everything. What we are doing, it is how to say, it is original. We have all the copyrights on our performances. And I was told that I have only 3 minutes, and so I have to say everything now. And I want to say a very, very big thanks to Mr. Levan, who offered last year, until this virus started, who offered to Movement Theatre to make a festival, Movement Festival. And we were very happy. We had a plan to try to start this festival in summer, but as you know, here is no way to start because of this virus. But still, we had a program, because every day, non-verbal performances are getting more popular and popular in our country. And with Mr. Levan, we already had a program of this festival, and we hope that when we all will get this medicine to survive, to win over this virus, we will do this festival for sure. So this is very briefly, I think, I fit it in 3 minutes. Yeah.
Video, please, for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, then the video, please. Yeah. Can I say a few words about this video and the performances? Yeah. Like our theater, it's called like movement theater, and mostly it's more circus stunts. But still, we are also trying to play some classic authors and drama playwriters. As I told you, we made a Divine Comedy of Dante, but still we play Shakespeare and some Chekhov and some Georgian authors, because we wanted to have like the mixed up theater with the dramaturgy and the circumstance and dance and all the movements, what the actors can do. So this was a little video. It's just a little imagination what we are doing, but still we are trying to be like a theater and like a more culture center. For sure, the main way it is a theater, but as I told you, there's tango evenings and the live music and a lot of ways of the art. So whenever you will be in Tbilisi, visit us for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will be very brief for the time pressure with the conference presentation. I will just use maybe half a minute that after opening of Gurdjieff Institute, already with advice of Tobias, we decided just to focus on performing arts. And I think this is quite good opportunity to organize international conference dedicated to non-traditional practices in performing arts education, because there is still a lot of different techniques, different approach, but there is not academic conferences where we can bring together all different ideas and all different, let's say, experiences. It's why Gurdjieff Institute Tbilisi would like to bring together different individuals and different practices, not only focused on Gurdjieff traditions itself. It's why if you will have any questions for practical issues of conference, please use our email address and we will respond in time. And I don't use opportunity to use video, it's too long for now. And I will ask now Anna and David to make shortly their presentations, and then we'll be thankful.
Anna?
Please. Okay. I will just briefly go through what Soso Nemsadze from Rustavi Theatre mentioned. That is the forum of International Forum of Young Directors. That means that Rustavi Theatre, Rustavi, Zugdidi, and Sokhumi Theatre are involved in a project where the 5 international directors, foreign directors, will be chosen to visit the Georgia and make take with the Georgian actors, and we're looking forward for that project. And Soso from Movement Theatre already told us what a wonderful place is the Movement Theatre to make a first international festival for non-verbal performances. So now I'm pleased to introduce you the initiative that seems to be most important and valuable for me personally. That is the Forum of Emerging Theatre Makers. The project was discussed and prepared to be held for past year 2020, but because of pandemic situation was postponed to spring 2021. And this time we are going to use digital platforms for fulfilling it. I must admit that through many years, there was not a single occasion giving Georgian young theatre makers and students the possibility to be heard or to be able to put the questions and raise the debates about the crucial issues that they might be interested in. Unfortunately, due to rather prolonged transitional period for already independent country, Georgia, and as a result of an kind of ambiguous cultural state policy, a huge range of problems have been identified, including education, theater policy, theater management, research activities, etc. And here is the place where the voice of youth needs to be heard. Lately, we saw that the pandemic times increased this need, and it's time to give the floor to the youngest generation to be involved in developing the new directions of Georgian theater, of course, serving Georgian states, and whereby establishing its place on a world theater map. All those mentioned above brought us to the Forum of Emerging Theater Makers. Title is still under discussion, so it could be changed. That is planned with local young theater makers in May 2021. That will last for 3 days using digital platform, as I've mentioned, with invited experts as keynote speakers and panel discussions with ITI centers and ITI educational network representatives. And from 2022, we hope and plan to organize forum with international participants of young and emerging theater makers from all over the world and representatives from ITI centers, making the forum international. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, David, please.
Yeah, I will be very fast. I will try to be more faster than before. So the I represent also the Sokhumi State Drama Theatre. Sokhumi is the city in oldest city in Georgia, but now this territory is occupied by Russia. We consider them as occupied territories, and the war was in 1992. So from 1993, the entire Georgian population was left Abkhazia, which is the part of Georgia, but during the war they were kicked out from the territory, so they moved to Tbilisi, to the capital. So from 1993, the theater, Sokhumi Theater, which I represent, is based in Tbilisi, and the theater was the troupe, or the staff was adopted by different state theaters like Rustavi State Theatre, and 9 years they worked there. After the 9 years, another theater I mentioned, the Liberty Theater, with the head of Varsimashvili, they invited them. So the staff was always traveling to the different theater venues and to the state different venues. And then when I became the artistic director, we got a chance to have the venue. So now we have like 250 seat venue. I'll try to put a virtual background. I did it once. This is the small hall. We didn't touch the walls and the ceiling because it's from the Soviet time, from the 70s, and it has a flavor of like Soviet kitsch. So we didn't touch the walls, and we kept the atmosphere. And now we have wonderful stage, but our problem is that we don't have the lighting equipment yet, but they promised to buy it for us. But this theater is open to all kind of projects, and especially with these young directors who are welcome to direct something with our artists, our actors. And also my major goal, we created the wonderful project which called Artists in Exile, and there are thousands of theater companies, artists that are traveling around the globe, and the major issue of them is that they are kicked out from their territories. And I know that Fabio is running the very interesting project, which is the theaters from the conflict zone. And we will be happy to be part of this project. And please, if you can help us to be part of this big project, we'll be very happy. And also, I would like to propose to everyone, the companies, especially the refugee companies, that I would like to, our theater has to become a major, let's say, platform for refugee companies. So I'm trying to establish a like permanent festival. I don't like the word festival in this case, because I would like to have every month the refugee company from different countries, they have to perform on our stage. This is my mission, and I'm just dreaming to have them here. It has to be the Sokhumi State Theatre has a enormous experience of being in exile, and the view of the artists who are in exile is completely different than with the with the people who are based somewhere. But nowadays it's not rare, so we have a lot of companies, a lot of connections. So I'm trying to invite you, all of you, and let's make some kind of chain. And if Fabio will help us, it will be great. So thank you very much. So we have done, the Sokhumi State Theatre is working with ITI, as it was mentioned by Anna, and we had done dozen of, like, let's say, few productions, 5 productions. Among them is Jesus Case of the contemporary Georgian playwright. Jesus Case is nowadays, this is the prosecutor, how he investigates how the Jesus was crucified. It's very interesting comic as well, but also very interesting story. And another is Doll's House, which I've directed recently, and I'm putting on my virtual background the photos. It will be easiest way to share. And so this is a small speech, but 2 requests: to establish the theater, the center of the refugee theaters, and to be part of the conflict zone project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. And now I ask Tango from Poti Theatre for his presentation.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for invite, Mr. Levan. Thank you for friendship. International Festival of Regional Theatre was founded in 2015 in the city of Poti. The main financial donors of the festival are Ministry of Education, Science, Culture and Sport of Georgia, and local government of Mayor of Poti. The festival is hosted by Poti Valerian Gunia Professional State Drama Theatre. The theater building was built in 2014, and it has a large main hall for 600 people, and a small hall to rehearsal space and various alternatives space for performances. The festival is held with various alternative space. The festival is held every year and is attended by local regional theater groups and theaters invited from abroad. Participate in the festival for 6 years. Theaters from Poland, Italy, Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, England, Lithuania, Iran, and so on. During the festival, held master class for your young actors and directors. Master class are conducted by specific invited from. I'm sorry, wait minutes. The festival promotes Georgian theater as well as Georgian culture and history in general. In addition to participation in the festival administration offers for agent theatrical tropes, tourist routes, excursion to visit historical monuments, introduces local history and culture. The festival has gained experience in performing performance, but in tradition theatrical venues and in open and alternative space. 3 years ago, the festival has open space for performances for the first time, and this year, given the situation, I mean the world, a pandemic situation, the festival tried its best this year as well, but offered performances to the audience in open space. Sorry for my English, but we can work.
Thank you, Fabio. And please ask the last video from Poti Theatre.
And international festival.
We complete all presentations, and if there is some questions, we can still respond on it.
First, if I can say something, of course, with David, we are very happy to include your experience in Theatre in Conflict Zones network. It's a very important experience. It's the goal of the network, to create contact, to share experiences, and also to spread out all over the world the experience so important. In this moment, you know, the refugees situation all over the world is very important. And we have to remind to everyone that the refugees also are artists, refugees. And it's another condition very important, and also it's a way of the human resistance also. And also for this, your experience is very, very welcome. And also, you are part of Theatre in Conflict Zone Network. It's one of the main goal of the network, to enter in contact with many different situations, and also in this aspect that is very important in the moment. We know very well that conflict exists all over the world, and it's a very important step to share and to give a voice to the experience in the resistance to the conflict, and also the daily life situation of the artists. It's very important. And also, it's not only for the Theatre in Conflict Zones, it's also connected with the network of heritage, indigenous and migrants, and the ACAR, about the artist right and the social theater, is something very connected. Also, we have to give our hospitality and to give voice to this experience. You are a part of this.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate.
Yeah. And also, it's very important to work on this. We have started last week with the Colombian Center about some case studies about theatre in conflict zones. And also we want to continue. And also for this, if we can create an appointment to give more news about your activities, to activate a common program, is very, very welcome, of course. It's very important because the conflict exists all over the world. So just this.
Thank you very much, Fabio. Thank you. I'm waiting for this conversation. Whenever you will tell me, I'm ready to be on Zoom. Even I can come. I don't have vaccine yet, but I will get somewhere. I don't know how.
No one, but okay. we will do our best to also, we are very interested to host you and also to come in Georgia to work together. Also, there are other projects that we want to launch, but also it's very important, it's the activities that we have to do. Also, I think that also Tobias agree with me that this moment, this initiative to listen to your different experiences is very, very important to also to launch some ideas, to work together, to find different connections, because all over the world, many people are working in the same direction. I think that is the goal of ITI, to create the connection. The dimension of internationalization is a very delicate aspect. It's a political aspect also. It's a dimension of our resistance in the daily life. And also, I think that this is our work in this moment. This is our task also. I don't know if we have some question. There are a lot of things that we have listened. Tobias, of course, please. You have to activate your microphone, please.
Thank you. It's so interesting what you all said. And I can see communication is extremely important. So number one, I want to tell you, if you have something that you want to share in the newsletter of ITI to get to reach other people, send it to news@itiworldwide.org or send it to Anna, and Anna can send it to our office so we can promote it. And I also think for Ioseb, when I hear about your movement theater, I think about a new committee in ITI. It will be called, I don't know how it will be called, maybe Physical Theater Network. They are about to create it, and I think it would be very important for you to participate with Daniel Bausch and also with Mirko Stepanovic from Serbia, from the MIME organization. They are about to launch it, and then it will be somewhere you can connect with international similar attitudes. And for David, I think you should get the timetable for Theatre in Conflict Zone seminars, because Daniel Bausch, he is going with 6 students. I think he's not going, but his students go to Iraq, to the Kurdish part, and work with refugees, children there. So he's very interesting to you, and he has a Theatre in Conflict Zone network seminar. Fabio or Roberta will tell you when, and you should participate in this presentation. And I think this is one very important thing. Connect with the General Secretariat if you have things you want to promote, or if you have things. Levan is doing it very well, or for instance, Anna and also Rustavi Theatre, if you want to do this emerging artist projects, you can connect with us, or we connect you with the network for emerging art professionals of ITI. And they are very interested. They know what you want to do, but they are not yet connected. So they are very interested. Send it to us if you want to make a call. We are more than willing to put it in the newsletter. It comes out once a month now, and the next one comes soon. And this is my last issue I want to tell you. We decided, Fabio is also in the Executive Council and even Vice President of ITI, and we decided to have an all-day-long World Theatre Day celebration, not somewhere in a big hall. We want to have all over the world, and with productions all over the world, short productions. So read the next newsletter. It comes out on Sunday. I think Saturday or Sunday you should receive it. And if only Anna gets it or only Levan, please forward it, because there is a call for short performances that we want to show 24 hours, the whole day of World Theatre Day. And so this is interesting for getting in touch with emerging artists of your country, getting in touch with bringing it on to like short performances. First we said live, but it's a little bit delicate because people cannot rehearse. So we said, okay, you can send videos. So it will be published very soon, and then please participate. This should be a cultural diversity World Theatre Day this year with production from Italy, from all over the world, from Georgia for sure. And it was really interesting to listen to all of you. Like it's really, this is something, when we have a Congress, I'm always running around to meetings, to there and there and there, and I cannot talk. So for me, this solution of seeing you and also the possibility that Fabio and Roberta and the Italian Center created is very good for me, because I can really see people and hear what they have to say. So thanks a lot from my side.
Thanks to pandemia, we could meet finally face to face.
Good side of the story.
And I already would like to thank the Executive Council to supporting our international project, because it's important.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So next time we will see you here in Georgia, I guess, because slowly we are starting the conferences, not in the Tbilisi, but out of the city. So, and we are starting a new development, gathering all the theater makers in one place, historical places. So if anybody, I will inform you, of course, and if anybody will join us, so slowly we can, increase our circle.
Okay.
I mean, Georgian circle.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, I want to remark one more time, it's very important, this meeting for us to discover opportunities, and also your work is very extraordinary. It's very important for us. And also, when I was last year for the Gurdjieff Institute, it was a very inspiring initiative and days, and also it's very important also the role of ITI about the dimension of the common heritage on theater in this moment. It's an extraordinary role. We can play an extraordinary role in the heritage of theater, and also it's very important what we can do together. And also, thank you very much. Thank you, Tobias, and also Levan, Anna, David, and Rustavi.
Thank you.
It's very, very inspiring meeting. Thank you very much. And also, we are happy to create the chance to host you in Italy too, in South Italy, where we live. I want to underline this because we are very proud to work in South Italy. And also,
Grazie.
we want to meet you again directly. And also thank you to Simonetta and Roberta. They are working very hard for this initiative.
So applause for everyone.
Thank you so much to you.
too.
Thank you.
Okay,
Great.
and also we will share, this is an archive very important for ITI. I'm sure that this work can create the opportunity to remark the connection each other. It's a very important role that we are playing now. Okay.
Thank you again.
See you.